You know, times are really tough out there right now. I don't have to tell you that. But if you might be struggling financially and looking maybe to sell something that's important to you, you want to make sure you do it with dignity and maybe discreetly if necessary. I am with David Goldstein at Biltmore Loan, and you know him, you love him, you've seen him on Sonoran Living all the time. David, this is really the place to be. You offer up so many experts here at Biltmore Loan to make sure that people are really getting value if they decide to sell.
You know, it's so easy to sell something.
Sure.
But getting someone who really understands it and can bring the real value to it, that's really what separates us so much.
And so many people come to you for so many reasons, but there are events that happen in all of our lives eventually where we need some help. First of all, let's talk about debt. A lot of people are experiencing that right now.
You know, we've just finished COVID. I take that back. We haven't even finished COVID.
No, we're still in the middle.
We're still in the middle of this terrible pandemic, and think about how our debt is growing. So there's a lot of reasons that debt comes upon us.
Right.
And when you have that short-term situation that you need, we're a great fill-in for you for that short-term.
Right, because sometimes
situation.
you don't want to get rid of your stuff,
Absolutely.
right?
We offer,
just need a little help.
Correct. We offer you the option if you want to sell it and or if you'd like to just take a loan against it.
Okay.
What we're doing is basically bringing a value to property.
Okay, that's important to know. That's really
To
important
understand
to know.
that we're bringing a value to property. What that property is can vary drastically. It can be sports memorabilia, silver, Native American jewelry, watches, fine jewelry, even handbags, art, antiques, collectibles. So literally, we just make a market and everything, and literally we'll bring a value to it.
And unfortunately, death will happen, right? And sometimes we are inherited with items that we don't even know what they are. Our parents or grandparents have held on to them for years. We have no idea that they have value. That's something else that you guys are really experts in helping us figure out really what this is and does it have value.
We see that so often. We get contacted by a lot of lawyers for their estates and probate and estate trusts. And then we get contacted by a lot of family members that they all inherited all these pieces. Now what?
Right.
They're not gonna, they're not using them. They're not putting the fine china in their microwaves in their dishwasher.
Sometimes you don't even know what it is, though.
Correct.
You
and
know?
that's where we become the experts.
Okay.
So we'll do the research for you if you don't know, and if there's something you do know about, all you need to do is give us a call and we'll give you an instant quote on it.
All right, and something else that we all don't ever want to have happen with divorce, and that can cause a situation where sometimes it can be a little volatile. But
too often it can be volatile, but the real big problem in divorce is one thing. Things sit still. Everything comes to a halt for a period of time. So one or both spouses can be left in an unenviable situation where the funds are just frozen.
Right.
So that's where we really specialize, in these short-term situations.
Right, okay. And then the last one is decluttering, which a lot of people are doing, downsizing.
We're an aging society.
You know, we gotta go, we gotta get rid of all this stuff, and a lot of it is valuable to us. You help us determine if it's valuable to somebody else.
And that's a very good point. You know, I always say that, and when I started this 15 years ago, I didn't realize that I am now the prototypical customer for Biltmore Loan.
You're your best customer.
I'm 62 years old, and I start to realize I've collected my whole life things that I've loved, and now I'm downsizing and decluttering. So really, I'm no different than you. There could be so many different things that you may have collected over time that you have no use for anymore.
So really, the bottom line is, if you find yourself in any of those situations, David Goldstein and his team, they are here to help you. Here's more information. Call now for a free evaluation with one of Biltmore Loan's expert buyers. Biltmore Loan and Jewelry. They have 2 locations, one in Scottsdale, one in Chandler. Call 480-991-5626 to set your appointment or visit the website biltmoreloan.com.